Yo, morning. So this morning I'm just mixing and working on some more beats. Had this one I've been working on that sounds pretty dope, kind of like anime type. So we're gonna play it out and see how it sounds. I just dropped the sample for it. I got the hi hats. I'm gonna put the kicks, the claps on it. I got a couple of other things I've added to it. But so far it's sounding okay. I think the hi hats are a little too like loud. It kind of drowns out a little bit of it. So I mean, this is again like my beginning stages of when I produce. So this is how it is. You got to grind it out. Um, from my experiences, when you're producing, it doesn't always come out like nice at first. I mean, it might, but I'm not a traditional like musician. I am, but I don't necessarily use those skills or whatever to mix and master. My first instrument was a trombone, and I'm not playing a trombone. So this is where we're at. basically laying the groundwork of how I want like the flow to be. Um, 808 I might not keep. I might just kind of throw something else in there to kind of match it, but to kind of go with the beat. There's a rapper. I can't remember his name. It kind of sounds like a Lil Uzi or something like that. I just can't remember the rapper's name at the top of my head. But he produces or like he raps over beats just like this, and that was kind of like the inspiration. I'm sure if y'all know, y'all will pick up on it, just like the theme of the beat and the style of it. So that's kind of like where I heard. That's what I heard when I developed it. It's pretty dope though. I like it. It's just it needs some work and some coffee. What's up, dude? I might throw some keys in here. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of just playing with the beat at this point. I can go for keys, for strings. My usual, when I'm making beats, I like to use keys sometimes just to kind of throw it off a little bit, to do something a little different. Maybe I'll do strings. It just really depends on like the flow of it. I'm kind of getting tired of listening to that. I might come back to it. I don't even know what this is. So I think maybe like 2-3 days ago, I think right before I went to work, I like started with some samples, and like I think today I wanted to, before I had to go in, add drums and stuff to a couple of them to see how they like flow. Some of them just like random. So as you can kind of see, like my process is just, I just get a feel for what I'm doing. I'll listen to the sample. I'll throw some drums in there. Right now, the main drums are there. I'm just working on let's say like the hook part drums. That's kind of like where I'm at. It's all a part of music. Take your time with it. Sometimes I can shoot out beats like quick. Other times I just like a slow progression when it comes to like producing and all that. So this is definitely one of those times where it's just a slow build up into something that I feel. And that's all about, being creative. You gotta, get a feel for what you're doing. At least that's how I do it. There's not a rule book on how to be creative. It's just all about how you do things. my beats, they're all a work in progress until I drop a whole project with them. And so that's just kind of how it flows for me. It is what it is. I'm not sure what this is. I ain't playing that. There's this one I was working on a few days ago. So it's okay, I guess. I think it still needs to be EQ'd and mixed a bit, but I mean, I'm sure if you've seen like some of my posts, I played this before. It's just well, I'll kind of show y'all a little bit. I kind of mixed so what I did with that beat just now, I just mixed down the drums and the hi-hats a bit. They're kind of, I felt like if I would have played it in the car, it would have been drowning out the rest of the beat. So what I just did was just mix it down a little bit, and just to ensure that when it's playing in the car or in the headphones, it's not just drowning everything out. So although you can't really hear much of a difference, when you play it, you're like, oh, okay, I see what you're doing. So I'm currently working on this project for next month. I still have ways to go to get it to where I want to. Feel comfortable enough to drop it. I've been sitting on it for a long time now. I just, again, if you don't really know my situation, I didn't have much time before. I was working salary, but now I do. Had to change careers, so now I can, get back into the flow of things and start producing like I want to. And, at this point, I'm simply just doing this because I love to do it. Music's my passion, something I've always wanted to do growing up. But I just feel like through time, you just keep doing it. If it's something you really love to do, you'll just keep doing it. So, I'm nowhere near where I want to be with this one, but it's something. gotta do that to this beat. It's got offbeat type. I don't know what I was doing. So I'll probably also try this tomorrow. With being alive for a bit, I think it's always fun to be on here. Again, this is probably my second or third time doing a live. Should you? Yeah, dude, if you want, bro. Like, dude, I got like thousands of like just beats sitting. Like, you thought I had a lot of beats already out. I got like way more just sitting that I haven't even released yet. And the stuff that you gotta imagine that I released before, maybe like a year in advance, I had already started producing and making and working on those beats. So I think at least like if I do a live, you'll see like, oh, okay, he ain't dropping it for like another few months. But I mean, when you're making music, man, time just seems to just fly by. Like I don't know. Yeah, dude, I hope not just writing, but you're like drawing too, because I'm gonna need some like concepts for like covers and stuff for a lot of this stuff. Like this one, I'm working around now. I kind of tell you, I'm working on right now. It's based off of like Miami Vice, like that '80s cop thriller type of theme. For me, when it comes to production, like I have to almost like MF Doom in a sense, to keep me enticed and excited to continue doing this. I have to like throw things up and around, be creative, come up with neat ideas. A specific theme for projects is like, all right, well, if it's like an 80s type theme, maybe I should throw some of that, vintage sound in it to make it sound like, oh, this sounds like an 80s Miami Vice type beat. But, of course you got the trap drums. You might have little things here and there. Yeah, I know. This one I kind of already have figured out for the cover, but I have like 20 more later on that I still have no idea what to put for the cover. So we'll link up, bro. We'll talk and we'll figure things out. I'm getting some stuff verified with TikTok. I'm gonna probably start posting on there as well really soon. I'm not even doing this to really like get famous or nothing. It's just because I like making music. Again, dude, this is all I like doing. So if I'm not working, if I'm not chilling with my son, I'm doing this. So. Probably gonna do some studying when it comes to like the 808s and kicks, and learning how they don't drown out the sample beats. I think when it comes to mixing and mastering, I still have ways to go, but that's all a part of growth, really. When it comes to like my style of production, I like it, man. It's different. People have done it and it's been done before, but I think to keep things progressive, you just have to what's the word? Reintroduce people to, I think, great quality over quantity in order to, just be yourself. If you're just trying to keep up with trends and stuff, you're never going to feel satisfied. I feel like with just producing, it's always going to be about trying to keep up with everybody else. Sometimes you're just money hungry. You have a goal just to make money, and your heart's not really in it, other than just to, But everyone has their own reason for doing this. Me, I'm just doing it because I like it. It's like an itch. It's like a drug to me. Producing, rapping, of course, is always in my blood. Like when I'm off camera, or I'm driving back and forth from work to home. If I'm not, either reading my Bible or hanging out with my kid, I'm in the car rapping or home freestyling or whatever. That's always in my blood. I don't, of course I don't post as much music, like rap music, as I used to, but that's coming at some point. This is where I'm at right now, my lane. I'm not sure where I was going with that, but I just think that's just like where I'm at. But keep doing what y'all doing, man. Especially you, homeboy. Just keep drawing, dude. Keep doing it. Don't quit. Whenever someone tells me, "Hey, I think I'm going to give it up," like, what are you doing? Like, nah, bro. Like, don't let life or people tell you that this is something you have to just quit doing. I think it's just important to keep stuff like this up because you just never know. You never know. People be in their 50s just making it, I'm not saying I want to be like 75, but hey, I just might be. I loved it this much. I might go to, like, what I started doing at first, just to kind of give you a story. When it first came to production, right? My pop, he had FL Studio on his old computer. And so me and my sister, we used to just sit up there and just like tinker with it. Like, oh, what's this? What's that? He used to have MP3s of old rap songs. I remember specifically a time where we listened to Tupac, I Get Around, and we're like, yo, what's this? And me, like my ear, like even back then when I was like 10 or 11, was like on the keys of the song and just the mixing of the production of that song specifically. I don't know why. But, I was like, it's like already like way past when he died. But for me, listening to that song specifically made me want to, get into production. So at first, I don't know if you guys remember how FL used to be. It used to just sound like house drums, house, I'm saying, like real house related. And so that was really before many others got really heavily involved with doing drum packs and drum kits and all that with it. And so it wasn't until like years later, I think, I got really involved with FL Studios. And just, people started creating, hip hop sound kits and all that. And so eventually I got into it, and, this is where we're at now. And again, you don't know. You never know how things are gonna turn out for you. But it's better just to have, something going, have a hobby. I can't really explain it. I can more so show more than I can explain it. But when it comes to music, it's just one of those things you have to just stick with. It's not gonna just tomorrow you're here and then the next day you're a millionaire. It takes time. my coffee. I think when it comes to production as well, some people have different ears when it comes to like music. Me particularly, I have an ear for like, I don't know, just old school soul samples. I mean, many people do of the past, but not everyone hears it the same. You can hear the same type of song and have a different interpretation of how you want to make your own production to it. But that's why you're your own person. You can kind of do your own thing. I think another main reason why I got into production, I know for a fact, because when I used to rap, I used to be looking for beats all over the place. I'd go everywhere. And like a lot of the same producers would be using the same samples over and over again, but charging like different or outrageous prices. I'm like, bro, like, there's no way y'all have the same sample at the same time. Multiple people, like a lot of people. And y'all just, it just seemed like everyone was doing the same thing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to do it myself. And so I started playing out keys, grabbing stuff that people weren't using from out of the country, out of state stuff, flipping samples, reversing samples, doing things that were a little differently for myself, but making it like, all right, let's put some drums on it and make it really sound like it's something that I would want to rap on. And that's basically like how I produce, something that I would want to listen to and rap to. And you got to do it for you at first. I mean, eventually you'll grow the fan base if you're like really pursuing this, like a serious thing. And of course, the growth will eventually come with time. Like I don't plan to be producing like the same things forever. I mean, I want to grow with my talent, but ultimately it takes persistence, consistency, and like studying your game as well and your craft. And that's something I plan to do. Of course, I just graduated college, so I don't have that. When I was in college for a long time, I couldn't make music. Like, I didn't have the time. But now that I graduated and I changed my job to something a little easier for myself, right now I'm just focused on, producing while I can. And I'm studying for something towards school to get a license. And so once I get that and finalize that, I'll be doing that. I don't know where I'm going to be with this. I mean, hopefully I'll have even more time, making even more money, and so I can throw some more money into my production and all that. But this is kind of like something I like doing. Hey, buddy. Thanks for shouting out. Mind you, like when it comes to like stuff like this, this project's got a way to go, and I try to do timetables for myself, so I got about a month to like work on a lot of these beats. I think Saturday is my day off, so I'm gonna probably spend some more time chopping, getting a good feel for like the drums and things I can take out and adding a little bit more here and there, more detail. But as of like right now, today, I'm just mixing stuff down, trying to get to a point that at least the drums aren't like overpowering the beat. You know, kind of hurts and sucks when that happens, when you're in the car and it just overpowers it and you already just dropped the whole project. I've had that happen before. For example, this sample is just like, wait. Again, a lot of this stuff just needs work. And whatever you do, especially when you're making beats on FL or anything, like any DAW, save, save, save. Even when you're at work, it's the same concept. Like, you're working on something, just save immediately after you make a change. Because if not, I've had times where I've been working on stuff, getting really into it, especially when I first started, getting really into the beat, and then it crashes, and then if you don't remember what you did, you can kiss that beat goodbye. Like, that's game over for you. Pretty much. And again today, like I said, nothing too deep or serious. Just mixing stuff down, EQing it. I still got a lot of learning and training to do when it comes to EQing drums and all that, but I'm okay. I'm just going based off of ear and what I was taught. But, you know, of course, I'm sure there's a more professional way to do things. But you're never gonna learn how to do something until you just go head first and go into it. Like, if you're just expecting for things just to come to you, it's not going to. Like, I've always been a go-getter. You have to just go for things. Don't wait on nobody. Like, nah, that's not what I do. I'm sure people that really, really know me can attest for like just how I am. I'm very ambitious, and if I really, really want something, trust. So again, today it's just mixing stuff down, getting a feel for like a lot of the beats and all that on this next tape or multiple beat tapes. I really don't have an idea of what I'm trying to do today. That's just feeling things out and working on what I feel like working on until I have to go into work, which is in the next 2 hours or so. So I had a little bit of time. I think I'll probably maybe this weekend do a stream on TikTok. You know, you guys are growing with me. I'll try to grow my fan base on there a little bit when it comes to making music and beats and stuff on the spot. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll be on there. Of course, I'll be on here too. So welcome to the journey. Being on Instagram and TikTok live and just me producing. And I'm already sweating. That's crazy. might change the drum on this one. Like I said, these beats you're hearing, it kind of has that like 80s cop thriller sound to it. That's the theme of the project. And so I don't know. So like some of the drums I kind of just threw in there, but I'm like, ugh. Like you come back, you can listen to it at first, it'll sound like the greatest gift on earth. But then you come back to it the next day. If you're a producer, you know, you're like, what the heck is this? Like this isn't what I thought it would sound. And I don't know. You kind of have to just listen to it. Like it's not all, when it comes to making music, it's not about like what the general public thinks. It's like how you feel about it. At least that's how I feel and how I think. Of course, like some stuff is just bad. It's bad, but what I might like, you might not like. But I'm sure if you listen to a lot of my beats, there's probably something out there for you. If you like 80s cop thriller movies or shows, this might be for you. I don't know. This is how you produce 101. You find a sample, you find some drums that go with it, and then you just start hitting stuff, hitting keys. So, you know, it's pretty fun for me. I've always wanted to produce. It's something I try to stay consistent with, even if I'm not on camera or I don't seem like I'm producing. Trust that I'm. What's up, homie? I'm always doing it, even if I don't seem like I am. I just don't put out. I haven't been putting out content prior just because of work and, you know, college and trying to graduate. And I almost didn't, just off of the fact that I had a lot of distractions going on. A lot of stuff going on. So, I mean, I'm happy to be doing this again like I used to. You know, with time, I'm sure, now that I'm slowly getting back into this, I'm sure with time, I'll gradually move past where I once was, because where I ended with like my talent, of course. Not to say I wasn't in a good place. I think I'm in a good place now. I haven't lost that talent, but I want to progress. And so I think with that, I'm probably going to do some more studying when it comes to mixing. I think for me, that's my next step. Once I get a good idea of how to mix a bit better, things will sound better. And the quality of the sound will definitely go up. Of course, I like my stuff as it is now, but I think there's always room for improvement. You know what I'm saying? And if you think you're just perfect, yeah, bro, let me tell you something. When it comes to like my old beats, I would say once, like maybe twice a week or so, I go back and listen to it, like doing the car test. I'm like, man, I could have brought that hi-hat down. So I'm like, oh, that drum is kind of drowning out the beat. I'm always finding myself going back to my old productions and like remixing it and then just updating the beat on wherever I posted it, just because I'm like, you know, wow, what did I just do? Just because I'm just like that, bro. And you only know that because you produce too. You'll go back and you're like, I don't like that. Let me just try to tweak this here and there. And I think especially a lot of my earlier projects, how I made beats back then, and like, I don't know what I was doing, but they sounded dope at the time. I just think now that I'm more experienced, I can go back and say, oh, I should do it this way to make it easier. And I'm sure 2 to 3 years from now, when I'm still producing, which I more likely will, unless we get taken up to heaven or, you know, something crazy happens, I'm going to be going back to these beats and being, oh, I have new skills. Let me go back and I'm gonna be hearing it and be like, "Ew, let me fix this, let me fix that." It's just the name of the game, dude. Um, I'm not sure what I want to work on next. I got a lot of stuff I want to work on. What's this sound like? I'm thinking I want to, like, I'm using the desktop. I have been for the past maybe 5 years or so, but I'm thinking I might go back to a laptop just if I do decide to go to the studio outside of just the house. I can bring what I have with me. There's a lot of musicians and rappers that want to work with me, but I can only send you this stuff because I don't have a laptop like I once did. In the process, let me see what you said. Sometimes in the process of going over old stuff, I end up making a whole. Yeah, bro. I think maybe on account of maybe 5 to 6 different times, I've I worked on try to touch on old production, and I'm like, nah, I don't like that. Let me let me grab that sample, flip it, change this around, and then I end up making a whole new beat, and then I'll just re-release the same sample on a different project with something else entirely. I don't know why it's like that, dude. It's just how it is at least how I produce, and you can attest to it's the same way. Like when I first heard this sample, it sounded like a Harry Fraud type beat, because the horns. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Heck yeah, bro. Bro, let me tell you about Pro now. Trust me, I'm all about what the homies been doing. I wish they would start dropping music again, dude. I know we're all kind of growing up and we're, kind of living life and all that now. Graduating college, but trust, regardless of what I got going on in life, dude, I ain't giving this up. Okay. I know they haven't. They're probably still producing and doing their stuff. I just hope and pray that they come back with something, dude. Like with a project, a song at least, something. Those are the homies for life, bro. Of course, for me, as you can see, life happens again. I tend to find myself, like I said, with college, trying to raise my son, working. I try to get more money through salary. I wouldn't suggest doing that again. But I think ultimately for me, this beat's okay. I'm not really feeling it right now. I think ultimately for me, you got to know what works for you. And salary for me, unless I'm getting paid like buku bucks, I probably wouldn't go on salary again, just because it asked for so much time. The hours I was working, dude, and the money I was making was really, really good. But from what was being asked of me, I could have made like twice as much, dude. Should have made twice as much. And the only thing I lost was time. I couldn't produce. I couldn't, do the stuff I wanted to do. So again, you kind of have to find your own lane of doing things. And, just know that any choice and decision you make, it could cost you a few years on what you love to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's a life lesson I had to learn. There's a couple other things I wanted to work on. Is it this one? No. Might have been this one. So I would say at least the project concepts I have out, maybe like 10 to 12 I have just sitting around that I've worked on. Majority of the beats are done. I don't like the mixing of them. So I'm like, I'll wait on it. And so I'll have a timetable maybe like a year from now from when some of this stuff will drop. This, I don't know. Like, some of them, I really have no idea when I'm going to release them. But just know when I like that. I don't know if it's the drum. Yeah. So another thing when it comes to like when I produce, it's all about an emotional roller coaster for me. And so when you go back to listen to a lot of my production, dude, again, this is stuff I've been doing for a long time. So when I first started producing, I was going through a hard time, dude. And so you can even tell, like even when I was rapping, it seemed like I was going through it. Now I feel more at peace with things. But, of course, my music always gives off of that theme of an emotional roller coaster, which it kind of is. But that's how I like making music. My music isn't based off of trying to keep up with trends, bro. It's really about what I'm feeling in the moment. You gotta ride your own wave. If you're so focused on being like everybody else, I will tell you this: it probably will not work out for you long term, because once that trend's over, you're just gonna be looking for the next best thing, and people aren't stupid. Like they kind of know when people are just like doing it just for, all right, this guy's just trying to hop on the trend. Maybe he's not really into it. At least the real like music heads know. But when you're really involved in something and it's genuine, you'll go with the flow of time and it'll just come naturally. But like some people really don't make it. They'll make hits here and there. If that was their goal, then cool. But like some people really thought they were gonna, all right, I'm really gonna da 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 da. And I don't know, bro. Yeah, I don't like that. What time is it? Styles P has this line. That's what the weapons are for. So that's how I feel about music when I'm going through challenges and hardships. Yeah, bro. Same. Kind of sounds like a New York tunnel. I'm in Broward right now. I don't think I ever left Broward, dude. I was in Miami Gardens for a time. I was living in Miami Gardens. I think when the whole pronoun stuff was going on, I had like personal stuff happening. So I was in Miami for a bit, and then I'm back in Broward maybe about 3-4 years ago. So I've just kind of been here trying to finish up college and work and all that. My son now, he's in first grade, so he's in school now. I have more time to myself. Yeah, bro. It's definitely been a roller coaster, but things are good now. I'm doing well. I hope all the homies are doing good. That's where we're at. Yeah, so kind of going back to what I was saying before, I'm probably gonna get myself a laptop because I want to be able to meet with people and like produce and work with things and stuff there. Of course, I'm very bougie, which is why I hadn't just gone and just grabbed whatever. Yeah, it's opening up for sure. Yeah, I'm getting my time back. What was I? So I eventually want to get myself like a laptop so I can, of course, take it and then work with other people here, work with other people there, and hopefully pick other people's brains to get a better understanding of how I want to do this. Of course, I have other plans and stuff in place in the months, maybe years to come. I have things I really, really I've always dreamed of doing, and like I said earlier, when I put my mind to doing something, or I say I'm going to do something, it's not a matter of if; it's always a matter of when for me. Not if I'm going to do it. I will do it. It's just when am I going to do it? So that's kind of where we're at. That sounds crazy. So in due time, the things I plan on doing eventually, I can't really talk on it because I don't want to say, oh, I'm going to do this, and then it like doesn't turn out the way I want to. But just know that there's always a method to my madness. Let's play this. I think I have to mix this one down a bit. Yeah, so probably today I'm not gonna produce like anything new. I think just mixing it is cool for the day. Once I get involved in trying to produce something brand new, it's gonna be my time to go to work, and I've had sat here and I'm gonna be late for work. So that's why I'm trying not to produce nothing new today. I'm just mixing or whatever. Maybe like again Saturday I'll have something, but not for today. Let's see. And again, like I was saying, dude, for me, it's not like the beats are bad or nothing, but it's like, I'm not quite happy with the EQing of it, especially when I do the car test. I mean, you know how people do. You hop in the whip, you listen to the beat, and it's like you want it to have a certain particular sound, right? And so when I hear some of the beats, it's like it sounds good when I'm playing it in my studio and on my speakers, but then when I get to the car, it sounds off. That's why I think mixing and mastering is my next stepping stone for me, because once I can conceptualize, oh, it's supposed to sound like this and that, regardless of where I go, then I'll be at a point where it's like, all right, now let me try to mess around with doing different types of drums and da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? So I think I kind of got like the music, the tone, like the feel for the music down pack. It's just mixing and stuff I want to be working on. And of course I got homeboys that are like, dude, just come over. You can learn how to do this, da-da-da-da-da. But at first, before, it was about time. Now I kind of have the time. And, you know, it's just about trying to get back into the whole thing. I'm not sure why it sounds like that when it opens. Let me hear something. I don't know. I also think I need to spend some time cleaning this desk. Like, you know, being a workaholic is a great feeling, I just feel like I focus too much. So yeah, I think for me, I'm such a workaholic that I'm more like a spearhead when it comes to producing and making music. That sometimes I forget just to clean and wipe things down. So this is like dusting. I think Saturday when I'm off, I'm gonna spend some time cleaning up this setup here, and hopefully by then I'll be able to get on TikTok live and just produce new beats. I have a few new concepts I've been working on as far as beats go. Again, that's how I keep motivated. If I don't have something continuously new going or whatever, I kind of lose the motivation. I'm sure others can, relate to that. When it's the same thing over and over and over again, it just seems like McDonald's. It's the same thing every single day. It's like fast food. And I don't want my music to sound like that. I like to throw new concepts here and there, try different things. And I think, of course, I'm going to try to finish up what I had prior before getting into work and all that, and working like a dog. But I have other concepts I'm planning on working on. I want to get involved with house music. Electronic music's always been something I've been very highly interested in creating. I don't know why. That's just me. And again, it's all about what y'all want to do. Like when it comes to music, there's no rule book. Just same thing when it comes to writing. Of course, it has to make sense, but it should be your own interpretation of how you should sound, and then eventually you'll grow a fan based on what y'all do. Don't give up on what you're doing. Be willing to experiment and try different things. I'll play this. Do something different. This is not mixed at all. I can already hear it. Okay, now I have something I can work on. Mixing the snares and all that stuff down. I don't even think this beat is done. I just think I started the concept of it, and then I gotta go to work, and just left. And for me, that's what makes me mad. I'm like, time's out. And that's why I try not to work on new stuff when I have to go to work. Alright, bro. Appreciate you listening. Good luck. Gotta love doing shows, bro. But send me the link. I mean, I don't know if I could be there. It just depends. I did have something going on with the family, so we'll see. Again, like I said. But just send me the link if anything, and I'll see what I can do. Yeah, okay, I'm kind of getting bored of that one too. I think growing up, I listened to a lot of Busta Rhymes, Outkast. My fascination with Busta Rhymes' music has always been just how excited he seemed about making the music, even with how he with the music videos and all that. And it's not always how it sounds for me. It's just how the musician, it sounds like how they feel for me when they're making it. And it's man, I want to feel like that when I make music. And so that's kind of the feelings I'm going for. What gets me hyped to want to do it. Blase, as you know. And again, I think that's what you guys, at least for me, especially through life, just use that same concept. It's okay to be boring, but sometimes trying new things and doing things differently could, maybe bring that inspiration out of you. What is this? Yeah, like I said again, I produce a lot of stuff. I don't even know what half the stuff even is. just little samples here and there. No drums. I don't know. I don't know if yeah, for that one I was just kind of listening to the drums a bit. It's good. I think I just have to add some more detail to it, and that should be done. Some of these beats I have here are just concepts of what I might want to do, and so I try to lay out as much as possible. I'm sure, like with some of these, I was probably in a rush to get to work at some point, which is why they're so incomplete. Some are more fleshed out, but I still have to work out the kinks of the ideas, and that's probably why they're not released yet. I don't know. This one doesn't sound too bad. Like I said, save, save, save. If you don't, you're going to be mad at yourself. That's all I know. And so many good concepts of beats too, but I don't know if it's just because at the time I can't figure out like what I want to do with the drums and all that, but I think that, at least if you lay it out, for me at least, you lay out the sample of what you want. In time, you'll find maybe like a month later, oh, I know exactly what to do with this. That's how it is when it comes to producing for me, at least. Some of these concepts, like even some I think that I recently released, they were like from when I first started making beats. That was like years ago, dude. Like way back when. Which doesn't seem like such a long time now, but maybe like 5-6 years ago. I was just messing around with drums and stuff, but like now I have a different interpretation of how I would like to produce, and so it might sound different to me now than it did back then. But you know, that's music though. Like, it's what happens. It kind of sounds like a '90s, I don't know, like a theme, ending theme to like an anime. I don't know. I like a, I tend to like a lot of Japanese music. Why? Because I'm so used to like the American. Once you're kind of used to like a certain like theme and style of how music's played, like R&B from like the '70s. All right. Well, I've listened to so much music since I was a kid. I kind of wanted a different, ear for like somewhere else, and so I think Japan has a lot of good music as well. I can't understand a word they're saying half the time, but I think like just you can hear what sounds good to you. And again, I really don't know where I'm going with some of these beats or whatever, but you kind of just flesh things out and you figure it out. And I could turn this into a trap beat, but I don't know. here I am. Just when I said, oh, I'm not going to produce nothing, I'm over here working on drums. I told you. But it's sort of like 10-20. I think if you know me, when it comes to like certain samples or sounds, like I like that I like choir sounds, and that guitar in this particular beat, the sample, I think I really like mess with a lot. Kind of comes off a little too strong. I'm gonna have to tune that down a little bit. It's like, oh, you're chilling, and then this big old 808 comes and just blows you away. Like, that's not. It kind of comes off as a surprise, at least when I'm producing this. So. might come back to that. It's nice. I need some work. Sounds dope. No lie, I have so much energy now. I swear, when I get to work, I'm going to be tired. Why? I don't know. Just how it is. But you know, again, like I said, this is what we do. Last night after work, I was exhausted, but I knew going into today, this is something I wanted to do, so I was excited to go to sleep so I can wake up and work on this. So. What was that? Alright, y'all, I'm gonna get off for a bit. Probably for the day. My phone's about to die, and I need my phone charged for work, but I'll post this on Instagram and TikTok. Thank y'all for following along. Much appreciated. If you guys are interested, just reach out. I'll be on TikTok probably maybe Saturday. We'll see how it plays out. But for the most part, you guys are all definitely appreciated. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's video 3 or 4 of producing on live. So I hope you guys can take something from what you've learned today. If this is something you plan on doing, if not, well, at least you got to listen to me produce and check up and see what I've been up to. So again, much love. Appreciate y'all. I'm out.